Hi guys. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be telling you a story. So you have to watch till the end. I'm going to be telling you how I transitioned from my biochemistry degree to aviation. And this is a story that I feel like every young person has to listen to because it is basically talking about how as young people we should not think like a particular journey is for us. Choose to you can always choose to change, you know. You can always choose to try other paths in life. You don't have to say, oh, because I studied this, I must stay here. Because there's no blueprint to this life thing. So as a young person, you have the opportunity to try legal jobs and experiences for yourself. Let's get into it. I studied biochemistry, but I've always wanted to be a flight attendant. If you check as far back as 2020, 2021, I will always come on my Twitter and post about how I wish I'll be a flight attendant. I would see the uniform of Emirates flight attendants, Qatar Airways, and I'm like, one day I'd like to see myself in this. But at that time, I was schooling, and aviation school looked far-fetched because of money for tuition and things like that. But immediately I finished university, I gave myself the gift of going to an aviation school and studying my cabin crew course. But before I did that, I did a lot of research to see schools that I can go. And I'm grateful to everybody before me that has taken time to post about aviation. So let us get into it. When I started my journey, I'll always post about the school activities, what we are doing, everything. To be honest, I wanted to document every journey. Some people was like, oh, why can't you wait till you finish? I'm like, no, I'm just documenting. I just like documenting things in my life. I document things for situations like this if I will have to tell people about what I went through and what I did. When I was posting those videos, I got lots of questions. I'll answer some, I cannot answer some. I'll answer some, I cannot answer some. But today I'm going to be answering everything that anybody had asked me concerning aviation. So let's start with the requirements. What do you need to become a licensed flight attendant? You need your certificates. That is O-level, HND, BSc. The course you studied doesn't matter because the aviation world is a new world entirely. You're learning about planes, you're learning about safety, you're learning about health, so many other things. You're learning about first aid. So whatever you studied before, be it computer science, biochemistry, psychology, engineering, law, it does not matter in this field. I'll personally advise you to finish your NYSC because most companies would not employ you if you don't have NYSC. Now, there's no gender requirements. If you're male, if you're a female, cabin crew is for you. So there's no, it's a woman job, it's a man job. So yeah. You also have to be 18 and above. So if you are not 18 and above, just forget about it for now. So you have to be from the age of 18 and above, and you must be above 4'0" in height. You must be medically fit and have no visible physical scars or tattoos. So if you have so many physical tattoos on your body, well, that can be very, very hard in aviation school. You must not have physical scars. If you have multiple piercing, bear it in mind that you're only going to be using your earlobe piercing. So if you want to become a cabin crew in Nigeria, these are the requirements. Here are some aviation schools in Nigeria that offer cabin crew courses. We have Aero Contractors. This is the school I attended. It's a very solid school. You get to learn a lot. You get to meet amazing people. The instructors will make sure you understand everything down to the last word. You have Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, NCAT, Zaria. You have Aero Consults, Landover Aviation Business School. You have the Universal School of Aviation. You have Aeroports College of Aviation, and many more. Always do your personal research on what school is best for you. You have many search engines at your disposal. Take time off to choose the right school and make sure that whatever school you are going to is Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority accredited so you don't waste your time. Aviation is a full-time job. Do you understand? So you have to put in your best, even in the beginning. Let's go to my most asked question, the fans' favorite. How much did it cost? How much did it cost? I'll give you a round figure. I can't speak for all schools, but for the school I went to, everything from the school fees, accommodation, exam, and transportation cost me roughly 600,000 naira. That's because the school I attended was in Lagos and I lived in Lagos. Other schools can cost more or less, but what the school I attended, it was around 600,000 naira. The duration of your study is about 5 to 7 weeks for basic training. You learn aviation A, B, and C, and I mean literally aviation A, B, and C. A for alpha and things like that. Yes, we have our own A, B, and C's. You learn how to firefight, depending on the type of fire that you are fighting. You learn CPR, you learn emergency procedures, and you learn first aid. So this learning period is between 5 to 7 weeks. Let me just tell you something. The learning just started because in aviation, learning never stops. You think, oh, when I finish this one, I can lay back. No, but when you finish one level, you have to move to another level. You have to keep on reading. I personally advise that you learn how to swim because learning how to swim is very, very important. So before you go into aviation school, do what I did. I took some time off to learn how to swim. Learning how to swim is a criteria, whether in Nigeria or abroad. You school every day. You go to school every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I hear some people saying, can it be my part-time job? Can it be something I do later? No, it cannot be your part-time job or something I do later because you are going to school every day for 5 to 7 weeks from the hour of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then you must do after school studies, which is very important. In my school, we write exams every Friday and the cutoff mark was about 80%. So you must first of all pass internally before you are able to do the external examination, the NCAA examination. You must study very hard. Don't be overconfident and you must put your head in the game. I'm going to be showing you what you're supposed to cover for the period of 5 to 7 weeks, how big the manual was. So you know that aviation school is not a place for you to come and joke. Aside school, the character that you display during the course of your education matters. You must always be of good conduct. Know that everybody's looking at you. Not looking at you for eye service, but looking at you to know what kind of behavior you are going to display when you're on field. So being humble, being level-headed will help you a lot. I know a lot of people say, oh, aviation is about physical appearance and things like that. But let me say, believe me, it's more about being intelligent. You have to be very, very intelligent first. Don't let people tell you, oh, all you have to do is be physically. No, it's not like that. It doesn't work that way. How's the job market in aviation? People ask me, immediately I finish school, am I going to get a job? Is the school going to offer me a job? Well, that's not always the case. Like every other school that you finish, that you have to go job hunting. That's how aviation school is. So immediately you finish your schooling, you start your job hunting. And to be honest, in between you and I, there's not a lot of jobs. You can have your license for years and not be fortunate enough to get a job. So I just have to put that out there so that you know what you are getting into. I'll give you a personal advice. Always take your plan B very seriously, okay? If you can speak French or other non-Nigerian languages, try to apply to other airlines. Being bilingual or being a polyglot will help you a lot in the aviation journey. You don't have to limit yourself to Nigeria. You have to read other countries, their criteria, even if it's not the big 3 airlines like Emirates, Qatar, and Etihad. But let me tell you something, try other near African countries, know their airlines, know their policy, and apply for jobs. Make sure it is legal and make sure that you're not going through any mago. Skills that will help you a lot in aviation: customer service and management, polyglots, critical thinking, time management, and humility. If you're a latecomer or if you're the type of person you don't know how to be on time, you have to buckle up because everything in aviation is time. I'll tell you a story that my instructor told me one time. My instructor told me about a lady who got selected for an airline abroad. On getting there, she did everything that everybody was doing. But on the last day, they were told to report by 9:15 a.m. and she reported at 9:17 a.m. That 2-minute lateness made them deport her back to her country and start all over again. So in aviation, time management is very important. You must take it seriously. So aside being a cabin crew member, there are other careers in aviation that you may want to learn today. My iPad is very hot. Guys, I just realized I'm under the sun. My iPad is overheating. So we're going to pass a bit. So aside being a licensed flight attendant, there are other careers in aviation that you can decide to venture in. You can become a pilot, a co-pilot, a flight engineer, flight dispatcher, a load controller, a ground handling staff, a ramp agent, a baggage operation officer. You can also become an aircraft technician, avionic engineer, maintenance planner, a cargo sale executive, an aviation security officer, airport security supervisor, aviation instructor, NCAA inspector, a compliance author. So in aviation, there are so many careers that you can decide to venture in. So for each of these careers, they do have different tuition fee and different training methods. So you're going to research a bit more on this to know the tuition fee and the training method to venture into any of these careers. So now that I've listed out other careers that you can venture in aviation school, let's talk about my experience in aviation school. Like I said, I attended aero contractors, and that was one of the best adult experience I had. Aside schooling and the normal exams and things like that, let's talk about how I was formed. I got to meet extraordinary people, people that impacted my life positively. There, I learned different soft skills like time management and like interaction with people, because in aviation world, personal and physical interaction is very important. In aviation, you can't say things like, I'm not a people person. You must be a people person, because you're always going to be answering people, talking to people, pacifying people, understanding people. You have to have a conflict resolution attitude. If you're a kind of person that you take things to heart, when you are schooling in aviation school, you learn how to maintain and how to be a good team player, because everything is about your teammates. It's not you alone anymore. So you have to know how to work better with teams. So that was my personal experience, and I believe that it shaped me in a lot of ways. If you want to go into aviation school, I hope you find this video helpful. Or if you know someone that wants to go into aviation school, you can send this video to them. And if you still have questions that I have not answered, feel free in the comments to let me know. I can always answer your question. With that being said, I think I can round up now. But I cannot live without telling you a joke. So are you ready for my joke? What do you call a plane that makes design? Anybody? An aircraft. I'm very sure nobody got this because I made it up and it's a good joke. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and for this particular video, I want you to share it with everyone, anybody that you know wants to go into aviation. Today when I was shooting this video, somebody walked up to me to say, oh my God, I like your content, but I don't follow you. Please don't be like that lady that said she does not follow me. Do better. Follow me, like and subscribe so that I can be encouraged to post again. Thank you very much for watching. Bye guys. See you next time with more from Abby. With love from Abby. Bye.